How are y'all living today? I hope you're having a very blessed day today. I'm your host, Zach Shoemaker, and today is an interview and episode you're not going to miss a single part of. As you get to hear from the man that is the first piece of Alabama's 2020 recruiting class, and Keon Ambrose. You're not going to miss why he chose Alabama, playing for Team Canada, his upcoming high school season, and so much more. But there are so many more great SchuZ Views episodes and interviews coming up that you're not going to miss. So make sure to go and subscribe to my podcast, depending on the podcast platform you're listening to. And make sure to go over to my Instagram and Twitter and follow me as Zach Shoemaker to stay up to date on all future SchuZ Views episodes. But with that being said, I think we're going to hop right on in. So, Keon's interview is coming up right after this. I'm blessed to welcome on the number 58 overall player in the class of 2020. The four-star recruit also found himself currently ranked in as the number 2 overall player in all Ontario. Also, the number 14 power forward will be on display as he helps lead Andrews Osborne Academy this upcoming high school season. He also was one of the stars in UPLAY Canada in the EYBL this past summer and helped lead the Canadian FIBA basketball team. And most memorable, he's also now the newest and first member of Alabama's 2020 recruiting class. And that person is Keon Ambrose. What's happening, my guy?
I'm good, man. How about you?
Pretty good. So let's just jump in, man. Obviously, you just now commit. What's it feel like?
It was great. Yeah, everyone always asks me every day to day where I'm going. Alabama, NC State, Dayton. It's really good to just finally commit and then get that out of the way.
Without a doubt. So let's kind of talk about that. I mean, obviously, you got a lot of offers from your whole recruitment process, and then you narrowed it down to a top grouping: Alabama, NC State, Arkansas, Dayton, and USC. But talk about really what really stood out about all 5 of those programs and really what you really like from all of them.
Definitely. Look, I try to make sure that each university redevelops me and becomes the player that I want to be for the next level for the NBA. So making sure that they all have good development and also good coaching staff who I can trust and believe in, into making the right decision for me, and also trusting me in games. So like if they make a mistake, they don't take me off the court, or they trust me into what I do, and also make sure they have good academics, so then I'm not just there doing nothing. Another thing is make sure that the team wants to win. The team's not just out there looking for guys to develop and not win games. I want guys to go to. I want to go to the March Madness, win a few games, and hopefully get a national championship.
Without a doubt. And I think one thing you really nailed a point right there was that I think for you, you're obviously a guy that has more than the potential and the tangibles to eventually go to the NBA, and rather that be after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be. But I think that is something you have to value. I think obviously for players like you do want the education part because you never know if God wants to take you down another path. But the fact is, like, you want to be able to put it in a place where you can succeed, and the coach really wants to embrace you and allow you to put you in a position where you don't just put on a show for you and you help win games, but also you get yourself ready and prepared for the future.
Yeah.
Sure. And so really what went into the decision about having those final 5 schools, really what intrigued you to all 5 of those schools?
So from Dayton, it was definitely, Coach Graham being there since day one, and their fan base is insane, and them being the A10, even though it's not Power 5 conference, they're definitely one of those conferences that everyone looks into and respect, and them being at the top seed of there, and when it comes to March Madness, I really see that they're really a school that I really looked into, and then because of Obi Toppin going to the draft this year, it really sees that there'll be an open space for me, and then for Arkansas, having Coach Musselman, who's a great coach, he's been in the league for many years and understands the game from top to bottom. He has the kind of development that players be looking for. It has the kind of resources that guys need. For USC, Coach Andy and Coach Jason, they're really respectful to me on my visit. Really cool and nice guys who I can talk to about anything and not worry about, saying bad kind of words. Those kind of guys I kind of like. And plus, our team is really strong team who everyone knows are a very high major, who brings in top talent and goes to the league house. Even next year, they're getting Evan Mobley, who's a really good player. And the conference that it is Pac-12, which is also a Power 5 conference, which I really like. And with NC State, they're a really good team. Coach Keith's in the ACC, and he's been winning these past few years, beating Duke, beating Arizona, and all those other teams. So he's a really strong coach, and he understands players and how to develop them and how to improve their game so then they all fit. Even though they don't have high guys like Jalen Johnson or Isaiah Todd, he still gets what he needs and still wins games, which I really love. And Alabama, they're a team who I really seen from the beginning because when they came to the gym in West Charles and offered me, they really seen that they really need me because of my 3-point shot, my length, me being able to dribble the ball well, and with me fitting inside their kind of playbook, Coach Nick's playbook, which I really like because it's a lot of my kind of play style, playing fast but playing smart at the same time, which I really enjoy watching.
Without a doubt. And I think one thing a lot of people will look at now is a lot of those schools you already had on your top five have already landed commits. I mean, obviously you look at guys like Evan Mobley at USC, Cam Hayes over at NC State, but Alabama, you are the very first recruit now and officially commit to Alabama. So is there anyone else maybe you're eyeing or you're talking to about going with you, or is there anyone that you know Alabama trying to also recruit with you?
Right now, no. I mean, like for next year, there's a few guys for next year, for 2021. Charles Bediako, who's my teammate, who's also looking at that place. But for this year, for 2020, no.
Okay. And in terms of you, when you first get to Alabama, where do you see your role being, and where does the coaches maybe talk about seeing where they see you're going to fit in? Really, what role will you play next year?
Oh, I'll definitely be playing a three spot, and definitely a wing player because of my length, because of my versatility. I'll just be a wing player, and I hope to make a big impact and early on with offensively transition and defensively transition down the road because I think I'm able to guard 1 through 4 in college. Plus, also offensively, I can shoot the three, set pick and rolls, set screens, and get rebounds. So all those kind of things is what I'll help them with, and I hope to make a very big impact early on.
Without a doubt. And I mean, now just think about it. I mean, obviously, it has been a crazy recruitment process. You have been a really talked about and really wanted prospect for quite some time now, and you're officially a part of a team. So what does it just feel like now? I mean, obviously, you kind of get to relax. I mean, you get to prepare for your senior year now and enjoy it. But what does it feel like knowing that you have officially committed to a college and now you just get to enjoy your senior year?
Oh yeah, no, it's wonderful. Yeah, now not having to look at film of 5 or 6 or 7 different teams, looking at game film. Now all I have to do is focus on my own game and focus on how to improve my game for them. So then it's not hard to do it when I'm in college in the summer. So now I'm just looking at my own team and trying to win some games.
No doubt. So let's kind of talk about that. Heading now into your senior year, obviously at Andrews Osborne Academy. Really, what are you excited for this year? Really, what's the team looking like?
Looking very, very strong. Last year we were a first-year program, so we didn't have the guys that we needed. But this year we're a lot more mature. We have the guys we need. We have a lot more shooters, a lot more mature and grown players. We got guys like Andy Barba who decommitted, but now is a really, really good shooter, 6'6". So having him on our starting lineup, and then Brad, who has a really good defense on our 2, Charles Barkley, Charles Bediako, and Jaden Clayton with on starting lineup. With great vocabulary and great talking with me. They're really good guys, and so our team will make a big statement this year, playing against tough teams, against Lalu, against Hunting Prep, against First Love, against Hillcrest. We're gonna show teams and scouts that we are here to play hard and we're here to make a statement.
Without a doubt. And one thing I really just want to touch up on is really Canada basketball as a whole. I mean, obviously people know now that maybe 10, 15 years ago, there weren't many Canadian players coming to the NBA, and
Yeah.
that also you see this trend with Andrew Wiggins, with guys like that, that's really created something where there's now really this almost the second most populated country that represents the NBA, and there's more and more superstars you keep seeing from every draft class really come from Canada. So kind of talk about what it's been like seeing Canada basketball really raise up to being a dominant country that produces elite high-level basketball players.
We're taking over. That's all I gotta say. We're taking over. We have me, Charles Bediako, Anderson Patterson, Matthew Moncrief, Andrew Nemhard, RJ Barry. We're all making a big impact in America now, where teams are seeing that Canadians are starting to be that new kind of hard punch, where guys are definitely worried about us, and that even teams in America who come to Canada play teams like Orangeville, they've been American teams. So I definitely see us making a big impact now in MEU Johnson. There's even college teams asking me about other Canadians and talking about how they're start doing more of a Canadian team now because they see how us Canadians aren't soft no more, how we're ready to take a punch and give a punch back.
Without a doubt. And I think one thing a lot of people always had was a lot of people didn't really see Andrew Wiggins. Obviously, he was the very first superstar, I believe, to come from Canada, and I think that he obviously is someone that's been breaking out this year, which is I love seeing that. And obviously, you see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You see so many of these elite players, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. So many of these guys are going to keep coming in. It's going to be awesome seeing more and more really start to come over with just more and more talent. And it's obviously such a power plant now in Canada.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, I believe that because people see us and think, okay, you're not Canadian, because they think that if you're not from the States, that you're not at the level yet with Jalen Green, all those guys. But really, we're putting the same amount of work, if not more, because we have that hunger that we want to be the best in the world, in the nation. So with Shai now becoming like a star in OKC, who some people think is the best player now, is the same thing with RJ. We love that hunger. People thinking that we're soft, so because we use it back and hit right back at them.
Without a doubt. And talk about something. Has anyone maybe from Canada, any of the former NBA players now, maybe come back and maybe talk to you, or has anyone really had a really special impact on your life?
Oh, definitely Shea Alexander. Me and Shea's brother Tomasi, we would play together all the time, and he was actually my teammate. So seeing Shea now, he would talk to me a little bit about things when I see him. We would dap each other, and cool guy cool guy that I talk to. He's a chill guy, funny guy. He always has a little clothes on, and then like he's really good to talk back to. And this other guy, like who I played with, O'Shea, O'Shea now who's on the Raptors now. Yeah, I seen him during Team Canada training camps and practices. Who's a really cool guy. Who really has a great work ethic, and that I really admire.
Without a doubt. And now kind of talk about the future of Canada in terms of seeing really so many young talent. I think a lot of people really catch their eye, obviously, at Elijah Fisher. I mean, he's someone that's going to come out being possibly, if not the number one player in that class. But there's also a lot of guys. You see Josh Primo. You see a lot of these guys below you in other classes. But talk about really some of the other young guys you see really rising up to take the spotlight in Canada.
They're insane, man. They're insane. Yeah, even for U19, when Josh Primo and Charles Bediako, they came and played with us. They were still getting their buckets, hitting threes, getting dunks. So the younger we get on Team Canada, the better they are. Elijah Fisher giving buckets to everyone in the States, and guys like Matthew Moncrief or Josh Primo. We're all making a big impact somehow in America. So guys are definitely taking big notice of us. We're ranking on ESPN top 100s all the time. 24/7. So guys definitely see us as a big threat now.
No doubt. And I do want to touch on one other thing about Canada basketball. I think it really has been in terms of the Olympics. I mean, this past FIBA NBA qualifiers, whatever you want to call it, obviously it wasn't necessarily what a lot of people expected for USA and a lot of different countries. But I think coming up to the Olympics next year, you look at it. I mean, obviously USA is probably going to go in as the number one thing, but you look at what Canada can produce and having a lineup of guys like Jamal Murray, Andrew Wiggins, obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the list goes on. And that list is something where they're going to have a full roster of NBA players, something that no other country has been able to produce yet. Kind of talk about what that is like and really seeing what it's been like now having a full roster of NBA players that could play in the Olympics.
It's insane, yeah, because even like 5 years ago, we couldn't say that you guys are Team USA, but we didn't have anything. But now we're at this point where we can definitely battle with Team USA, with Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett, Shea, Tristan Thompson, all these guys can definitely battle against Team USA. So having that is really a great thing. And then I hope to also next year kind of try out for the Olympic team for Team Canada, because that would be a great experience to play for my country once more again.
Without a doubt. And so now let's kind of talk about your AAU season. I mean, obviously you played UPLAY Canada. Talk about really what that experience was like.
No, yeah, it's definitely a good experience. We didn't end on a good note, but it's about learning. And talking about how you played as a person. I thought I played very well. I got a lot of exposure from NCAA camp. I got exposure from EYBL pit, and I learned a lot for myself that I am definitely a wing player. I can definitely play the 2, 3, and 4, and I see them very vocal and a guy who can definitely become that number one person on the team. I just gotta see that my team wins more games.
Absolutely. And one thing you kind of touched up right there was about talking about your versatility once again. I think that's something that is valued not just at the next level, but that's something that could really get you to the NBA. I think that's one of the biggest talking points of what people want from prospects, and that's being able to guard really as many positions as possible and being able to truly guard those positions and play those positions at the same time. And having that ability and intangible is a huge thing.
No, yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I think my versatility is one of my biggest strengths that coaches love. They love how I'm so vocal on offense and defense, of being a block shots, get steals, being at the right spots on defense, but also coming back on offense, hitting threes, being very having a high motor of going downhill to the rim, very athletic, long arms. I'm definitely a very versatile guy who's vocal, loves. I love playing defense. That's the thing that guys don't understand. That I actually love playing defense. How I love guarding the best player on the team and locking him down to 10 points when he's averaging 30. So those kind of things. And then offensively, I'm not a guy that's being selfish hugging the ball. I like to go down the hill. If I see Charles open for a lob, I'll definitely give it to him. If I see Andy for a 3, I'll give it to him. But if I do it on my own for a dunk, I'll definitely dunk it for myself. But yeah, I love being a team player.
No doubt. And one thing you said about defense that you love locking someone up. Was there maybe one player you really enjoyed matching up against this past AAU season?
this season, the different player I love playing against was definitely Jalen Johnson, who was on Phenom. I could definitely see why he's a 5-star. He's a great player. He had good vision, and then just playing against it was really a fun time.
Absolutely. And so as for your game, the way you like playing, obviously, like you said, a defensive role that also is an unselfish offensive player. Is there maybe one player you look at in the NBA or someone that you really modeled your game after that you really resemble?
Well, I like to say that my game is different, so I don't think I play like anybody. But a lot of people have said that I play a lot like Pascal Siakam, and that people see that I can become a Paul George if I keep working and like a Kawhi Leonard. But people do say that I play like a Pascal Siakam.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think that's one thing like you just said. I mean, no player is ever going to be exactly like someone. It's not like that. And I think just seeing NBA players and seeing guys that are obviously at the best of the game and kind of taking little parts about how your game can incorporate into the league and just take those little great pieces is something that can build really a player that you want to become.
No, for sure. Yeah, I definitely see myself. I hope in college first year people would start saying more. Oh yeah, he plays like a Paul George, a Kawhi Leonard. Playing defense and offense, but also able to shoot the ball and use his athleticism.
Without a doubt. And so now looking out at the future, obviously, like you said, I mean, your end goal will be playing the NBA, rather it be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years playing college, whatever it is, your end goal is NBA. But kind of talk about really what you really look at taking that process to going to the NBA. Really, where do you see you have to improve on to maybe make that big leap to go to the NBA?
I think I got to improve on a few things. Different my IQ in the basketball game. I think I have a good IQ, but I want to try getting that point guard IQ of when I pick and roll and seeing different kind of options, going to fast break and being on three against two, and knowing when to score, when to pass, when to bring it back, and those kind of things. Also working my dribbling and handling of being a man off the dribble rather than always being in transition or having free lane. I want to be able to like break my man down. Um, being more consistent on my shooting because I get able to shoot three, but I want to be more consistent hitting 4 or 5 in a row in a game and averaging about three threes per game. Another thing is definitely finishing around the rim. I don't want to just rely on my athleticism. I want to know that if I'm playing against a guy that's bigger than me, I know how to push around the rim rather than just going up and then missing and then getting like one for 10. I want to able to be very efficient with my shooting, very efficient
Hmm.
with myself, and also a big thing that I want to get on better on early is my body. Definitely want to be stronger and be able to hold myself in the paint and not get bodied around.
No doubt. Is it maybe like a goal for weight you really have that you have set for you?
Definitely about 220 right now, and then see how that feels.
No doubt. And so really, what's your daily like when you every day wake up? Really, what's your day look like in terms of workouts?
Wake up about 5:40, 6 o'clock. Get ready. Have breakfast at about 7:20. Actually, no, 7:15. And then from then I'll do some schoolwork from about 8 to 9, and then I have a workout from 9 to 11, and then I have another some schoolwork from 11 to about 11:30. Just to finish up on a few things and send things to teachers. Then I have another workout from 11:40 to 12. And then I'll have lunch, and then I'll have practice again.
No doubt. And I think let's go jump a little bit more into your upcoming high school season. So really, what's some of the games you look at, you circle on your calendar that you're really excited to go and play against?
Oh, 100%. We'll be playing in the Cancer Research against First Love and some other team. But I'm also really pumped about playing Hillcrest during the Flying to the Hoop and Logomir at the end of the year.
No doubt. I think that's definitely be a great game because obviously, I mean, being in Arizona for where I'm from, I mean, Hillcrest really is a dominant team. I mean, you look down the list of so many elite players like Mike
Yeah,
Foster, like Keon, like Dalen, and the list
yeah,
goes on there, and Puff, and so many other great guys. But I
yeah.
mean, just being able to go against that because you know it's gonna be a spotlight where a lot of people know you, but I mean, being able to go against those top guys and produce and play the way that we all know you can at a high level, really something that can really elevate your level in the eyes of the media and many other people.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I definitely see that. Playing against the great teams like that, and then playing having good games really shows people that oh yeah, you are definitely here to play, and that you definitely play the next level. Because I think that some people think that people are overrated, and they're really just like all about the flashy being famous, but really they can't walk the walk. They're only talking. But me when I play against top guys, I really look at personnel and really put on a show for the crowd and for my teammates.
No doubt. Is there someone on Hillcrest you're really excited to go match up against?
Nah, not really. No, I played Michael Foster and UIBL, and that was a good matchup. But I'll probably be guarding Dylan Terry, or if Michael Foster is the forward, then I'll be guarding him. but it depends on who I guard. But no one specifically.
Absolutely. And so then just going back real quick and talking about your AAU season. So really, what went into the decision to go and play for UPLAY Canada?
Oh, just because yeah, it's UPLAY Canada. Got to represent my country. Just like RJ Barrett, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Andrew Nemhard. Yeah, like I got to represent Canada. And being with UPLAY, I know Dwayne Washington very well, who helped RJ and helped Shea with his recruiting. Being with Dwayne, I knew that I could trust him with getting me to the right school and also helping me get to the NBA with his connections. So, he's one of those guys that are like part of my family. So I see UPLAY as part of my family as well.
Absolutely. And then you did talk a little bit about playing for the Canadian FIBA team. What was that experience like?
It was a fun time. I learned a lot. I got a lot more mentally than physically because physically basketball was the same everywhere. You put the ball in the hoop with five guys on the floor with you. But with Team Canada, it's more mentally about learning the best shooter, learning their plays, learning all the other teams' plays in 2 days, learning left hand, right hand, going off ball screen, and like learning quick things on the jump. And then seeing that being in a new environment with different kind of play styles, it really helped me learn and become a better basketball player and become more vocal. And playing with the U19 guys and playing with AJ Lawson, who's now at South Florida. He's a really cool guy, and he really helped me out and let me learn the game a lot better. So being with all these older guys and still playing a lot of minutes, it was really grateful for me, and I really appreciate Team Canada for that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that was really the beginning of really people starting to see who you were. I think that drew you a lot of attention. I mean, once again, you played with so many great players on that roster. But talk about some of the guys. Maybe is there maybe one player, or a couple of players that you really created a great connection with, or really built a great friendship with on that team?
Oh, definitely. I would say for U19, it was Tyree Samuel, who's now at Seton Hall, who's a big dog of mine. Jacoby Neath, who's now at Wake Forest, who's been a lot with him all the time. Kareem Maine, who's at Vanier, who's like everyone on the team I had a fun time with. AJ Lawson, Joel Brown, all those guys taught me good things about the game. Helped me out. Like they were really nice guys and really respected my game and used it to my benefit.
Without a doubt. And then kind of talk about seeing all these guys. I mean, all these guys you just listed obviously are in college now, and a lot of the guys that you play with on your U17 team also are getting ready to go to college. But talk about what it's like seeing all your friends you've kind of created and seeing throughout the years of playing basketball also live out the same dream you are and be able to commit and now go to college just like you will.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, every day I would watch Seton Hall. I'd watch Cal play. I'd go on Google and look at all their stats to see how they're doing. Yeah, it's definitely a good time. I'll still retweet some of the guys' stuff. It's a fun time. It's a fun time seeing all of them play and seeing how they developed.
Without a doubt. And I think just having that basketball community, because I think there's no sport really like basketball in terms of that. I think football obviously is great, but there's so many people that really, it's such a big team, has so many players. I think basketball's just the right amount where truly the elite groups, you really have such a great connection and friendship that you get to build throughout really the rest of your careers and lives. Because you look at it, basketball's a thing that can last really forever, either on or off the court. And you look at it through high school, and then you go to college and you'll see everyone that you know. And then you go to the league, it's such a small community of like 400 some guys that you truly do have a great connection with. And there's the Olympics. There's so much different things you see that you get to see these guys for the rest of your life and really have a great bond with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, these kind of bonds go on for life because you never know when you'll run into them again. So guys like AJ and all them who are going to the NBA. You never know when you go to the NBA and then you can talk to them, hang out with them, get a few advice, get a few pointers. So it's definitely to have these connections because you don't know when it might help you in the future.
Without a doubt. And then before I let you go, I'd like wrapping up a couple different questions. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
My mom. Definitely my mom, and she's a great person. She's always there at all my games. She's at all my games during EYBL this year, and she came to most of my games during school season. She drove all the way to watch me play in North Carolina, and then came back. She's a really great and hardworking person who really cares about me. She always wants me to be in the gym, working hard. She'll go to any trainer for help. She'll ask any advice, get all the connections she needs, and she's a great person who's really outgoing and and taught me a lot.
That's awesome. I think God has put so many different great people in your life that they just truly support you. I think there's always one or two people that really are especially close to you, and they just really help get you to the point that God has set in stone for you that it just supports you and helps you see what your path is and helps you pursue that path.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And my last question I was like wrapping up with is, how would you say God has helped get you to the point you're at today?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. He's given me a big path of life. People don't have the chance to be where I am now. With God giving me these abilities, being 6'8", give me the mentality of always wanting to play hard. Not a lot of guys have that. I'm very, very grateful of him for doing that for me. And I think of him every day, every game, every moment. I'm always thanking him for what he's done for me, and I appreciate all of it.
No doubt. I mean, obviously, there's a special path in store for you, and he has a special path for everyone. But I think obviously you found what God has set in stone for you, and just keep pursuing that, man. It's definitely gonna be big time things.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. Well, definitely appreciate you taking time to come on today. I'm sure you still have a busy schedule, but enjoy obviously what's upcoming this upcoming season. Enjoy it, and congrats on your commitment again.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, bro. God bless.
All right, you too.